Welcome back to the 25 days of Whiskey Christmas. Today is day 19, December 19th, 2023. I mentioned in an earlier video that this last week or so was going to have some amazing banger bottles. Today's is one of those. Today's is fantastic, and I am really looking forward to sharing it with you. Today's bottle for day 19 of the 25 days of Whiskey Christmas is Old Forester 1920, Prohibition style. Old Forester has a series called the Whiskey Row series. They have a 1910, they have an 1897, they have another one, I think, in that series. They are all meant to coincide with something that important that happened in history. Prohibition style, during Prohibition, there were 6 companies that were given the authority to continue bottling bourbon as medicine. Owsley Brown, Brown and Foreman, same guy. Owsley Brown, who owns Old Forester, got one of those. He got Kentucky license number 3. I don't think I have, Kentucky license number 3. And this 1920 version of the Whiskey Row series is specifically formulated to mimic what was done with that 1920s version of their whiskey. I'm super excited to share this bottle with you. So let's get right into it. As we watch back these videos, the missus has made mention that she really likes that every single bottle I share some sort of shout out or some memory of that bottle and the people that I shared it with or who bought it for me. And I really do believe that bourbon and alcohol in general should, number one, not be abused, but also should be shared. I've mentioned before that I don't drink by myself. Spoiler alert, I record more than one video a day, and I don't drink every day. Sorry to burst your bubble if you thought that I'm sitting here at 5 a.m. every morning drinking some bourbon, sending you out a video. Not true. I think bourbon and alcohol, like I said, it's a communal thing. In fact, here's my shout outs for today. This bottle was purchased for me by my friend Wes after we tried a bunch of the Whiskey Row series. He knew I liked this so much. He heard what I said and bought me a bottle. This bottle, brand new, unopened, my boss Brian bought for me this week. Completely unexpected. We don't really share Christmas presents with each other, but he walked in, gave that to me, knowing that we had had a conversation about liking it. That's the kind of stuff. These 2 bottles will forever be in my memory because of the people that bought them for me and the people that I share with. At some point, I've never drank with my boss, but at some point I think that we will, and we'll share something together. Outside the bounds of a working relationship, also a friendship. I think that's important. Earlier in the video, I mentioned that this was a banger. This is up there. This is a fantastic bottle, and I am excited to try it with you. Let's go right in. There's going to be a lot here. I drink this, so I'm familiar with this. Let's go. Oh, that's beautiful. That is a beautiful thing. That is chocolate covered cherries immediately on the nose. It's some dark spices. I can't necessarily pick the spices. Smells are such interesting things. They hold memories. This is a memory of some baking thing in my past. But yeah, chocolate covered cherries. It also has the smell of real maple syrup, like Vermont, upstate New York stuff. My mom bought a bottle, a big jug for the missus and I last year at Christmas. Fantastic. Yeah, maple syrup. Also some graham crackers. There's so much going on here. Make a whole video just on the nose. This is pure sweetness on the nose. Not sugar, not pure sugar. That's gross. But pure sweetness. Like a hug from your great grandma. Whew. That's beautiful. I want to just live in this nose. This is so good. But we should drink something. They don't make these, as far as I know. But this tastes like you've taken dark caramel that's been darkened, and you drip it over top of those cherries. Dark caramel covered cherries. That is so good. That is so good. Oh, graham crackers. It lingers. It's lingering. Graham crackers. A little bit of nuts, maybe? Like some walnuts. Like fresh out when they're a little powdery. I know the spice because it's here in the taste as well. Coriander. Great Lakes Christmas Ale puts coriander in their Christmas Ale. That flavor profile is in this. The cherries are caramel covered cherries, top. Graham cracker next. Some dry nuts kind of across the mid palate. Graham crackers across the mid palate. But ending with this flavor. The finish is interesting. The finish tastes like, my mouth feels like it feels after I eat a tart apple. That is what is happening inside my mouth. What a fascinating, what a complex bourbon this is. Whew. I'm just going to ramble on all day about this one. Let's actually read it. This is a straight bourbon. It is distilled and bottled by Brown-Forman, the same Brown as Owsley Brown. I think I mentioned earlier that he was the owner of Old. He's gone. He's not around anymore. Coming in at 115 proof, which mimics what would have been done in 1920. They do not have an age statement, but they do have a mash bill. 72% corn, 18% rye. So that's probably where some of those spices are coming from. 10% malted barley. 62 to 64, $65 MSRP. I think it's for sale in Ohio right now for $63, $62.99. Where do I rank this? I think you know me by now. If this isn't your first video watching, you know that 115 proof is probably a little much for me. So I don't think that I would drink this every day. Well, this will show you right here. I've had this bottle for about 4 years, and that's all I've drank out of it. But this is absolutely something I'd set up and share with friends. I'd love to do a whiskey night with all 4 of the Whiskey Rows series. That'd be a fun evening. So yeah, I'm gonna solidly share with friends. That's what this is for. This bottle is to share with friends. It was shared with me, and I would like to share it with others. So that's it. Day 19, Old Forester 1920 Prohibition style. This is a top 5 bottle for me. This is in the top 5 of all my favorite bourbons. If you get a chance, try this. It's fantastic. It's so good. Banger bottles at the end of this thing. Whew. We are wrapping it up. Tomorrow's day 20. We got a week left. We got a week till Christmas. So until then, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, all the things. If you don't celebrate, find somebody to celebrate with. even if you don't want to do the holidays, just find somebody to celebrate the goodness of the season with it. So until then.